Tradewinds Island Grand Resort from St. Pete Beach. Welcome as SPP Sports presents the 7th Annual Celebrity Flag Football Challenge. Hi everyone, I'm Chris Bowden, and we have a ton of players who played their collegiate ball here, who were raised here. 5 former Miami Hurricanes, 2 players who played at Central Florida, another 2 from South Florida. And we also have an exercise guru going up against some NFL standouts, and a former Heisman Trophy winner whose name, at least on the football field, isn't too popular with Miami Hurricanes fans. So we have a great event here on Super Bowl weekend, all benefiting United Cerebral Palsy and the Boys and Girls Club of St. Petersburg, Florida. And we'll introduce you to some of the players and get to the action in a moment. The 7th Annual Celebrity Flag Football Challenge is brought to you by Coca-Cola, Circle K, Samsung, Intel, Bonfire Athletics, the official jersey of the Celebrity Flag Football Challenge,
Chad Johnson here with Chris Bowden, very good friend of mine. He's supposed to be doing the interview, but I think I'm going to switch it around, and I'm going to be asking the questions today. What brings you to this resort, and what's the occasion?
The warmth, the stars, like yourself, and getting out of Chicago at this time of year. We heard from Jeff Blake, now the opposing quarterback, Doug Flutie. This is an annual thing for you. How much fun is it for you to come out here?
It's a lot of fun. This is like what I live for, just hanging out on the beach, throwing a football around, getting a bunch of good athletes together. It's like somebody else did the org. I don't have to make a phone call. Just go play some touch football. But it's my 8th year doing the event for them, and it's just been a blast, a lot of fun.
And you get to play some music in between.
Yeah, the bands, we've been hitting Super Bowls for about 10 years now with the band, and this is a chance. We'll play at halftime a little bit, and then tomorrow we play at the tailgate party as well.
I don't think I need you to have fun, tell you to have fun out there.
No, not at all. That's one thing we can do on our own.
All right,
Thank
go
you.
do it. Flutie and the Reds have 3 guys who usually wear purple: Berrien, Rice, and Evans. The Blues counter with Blake, Hall, Ocho Cinco. Keep an eye out for Drayton Florence, too. Blue gets the ball first, and Blake may be out of the NFL 3 years, but he knows who to look for: Ocho Cinco. But the 3-time All-Pro tips the ball right to Flutie, of all people. And the QB playing DB gets the pick, now gets to throw the ball as his red team takes over. He never played for the Vikings, but has a Viking connection on this first drive. The signal caller says, "Mini-me," first with this nice pickup to Sidney Rice. Rice would be a big target all afternoon. And that play sets up the first score of the day to Rice's regular season teammate Bernard Berrien. Red takes a 7-0 lead. Blake decides to look for the current Bengal, Ocho Cinco. Ocho Drapo there. Devin Thomas says, "Hang in there, buddy. It's going to be all right, 85. And that sets up Blues' first score. It's a catch by Dixie Hollins High School product Hall. The pride of St. Pete, who was injured the second half of the season in Denver, gets to the end zone to make it 7-6. We in the Red look for a quick response, and we didn't mention there's also 2 ex-Florida Gators in this game. Ronaldo Hill, the Titans, one of them, in the Fort Lauderdale product, gets them going in the right direction on that play. Flutie back to the other Vikes. The lateral to Rice, who's thinking of throwing, but decides to keep it himself, race down the sideline. Good idea. Sid looking like Jerry Rice, putting the Reds up 13-8 as many wideouts are making a major impact. And the Blues answer. They start with Ocho, picking up a chunk of St. Pete's Beach right there and putting the pressure on the Red defense. The earlier TD catch by Drayton Florence was called back. Not this time. Right into our camera, the Jags DB goes on the offensive to get the Blues within 1. Then Chad Ocho Cinco with the dose pointer. He has dose of those now for the Blues. Dose celebrations with that big fan. His team an 1-point lead. The Blue defense then got the ball back for Blake, and he made it pay off, padding the lead by finding Florence again, beating Flutie, celebrating with Chad. A 2-point conversion by Florence followed. The Blues open a 9-point edge, 24-15. The Reds look to slow that momentum. Heading into halftime, Flutie and Berrien heading in the right direction with this connection. The ex-Bear among the league leaders this past season, averaging 20 yards a catch. Flutie then gives the Karate Kid a chance. But Billy Blanks can't quite get his mitts around the ball. Tie-do. Ronaldo Hill came up big on that last drive, so Flutie looks for him again. Touchdown Red here, but wait. Those picky men in stripes call a false start penalty on the Red, so they'll try it again. And if at first you don't succeed, Flutie and Hill again after Eddie Drummond blows a tire in pursuit. Touchdown, no flags, a 2-point conversion, brings the Blues within 1, 24-23. Blake and company still have time before they have to get it back, but Hill, who has a touchdown and a two-pointer already, adds this interception to his stat sheet. The Stranahan High School product gives the Reds one last shot, but they'd come up dry, settling for a 24-23 halftime deficit. Music, interviews, and second half action after this. You'd think after drumming through a 4-song set at halftime for the Flutie Brothers band, Doug wouldn't have time to draw something up for the first play of the second half. Maybe the strategy was just to get the ball into Ronaldo Hill's hands. Limited time this year for Tennessee, big time for the red team. Weaving his way through the defense, he'd also catch the two-point conversion after this. Would this be a tone setter after intermission as the Reds grab a 31-24 lead? Flutie's there defensively on the ensuing Blue possession, deflecting the home run ball from Jeff Blake to Andre Hall. Blake would then complete 4 straight passes on a Blue march until Sidney Rice, the former South Carolina High School Basketball Player of the Year, shows off that athleticism on the pick and sizable return to midfield, opening the door for more Red damage. The Blues need to respond. The Redskins' Devin Thomas helps out. A sweet grab there to keep a march going as we reach the midway point of the second half. Eddie Drummond's time to step up. A late training camp cut by the champion Steelers feels a little better after this touchdown reception from Blake. Hey, at least he wasn't still with winless Detroit. Then it's 8 quick points out of Drummond as he gets the two-pointer all alone in the corner of the end zone. Clutch stuff, and the Blues back within 7. Then the Reds get fancy, not to mention athletic. Flutie to Berrien, flipping to the Bengals' Glenn Holt, who then gets it back to Berrien for the touchdown. The Blue defense doesn't know what hit him. Holt converted the 2, padding Team Flutie's lead to 47-32. Get Ratliff snags the exclamation two-pointer with less than a minute to play. The Reds have an insurmountable 61-40 lead, and that's how it ended. Flutie, our game most valuable player. We'll talk to him when we come back on Fox Sports Florida. I thought when playing a 4-song set right into halftime, that's supposed to tire you out.
That's the fun. That's the easy part. That's fun. We could do that all day long. That's just pure fun. And so is this, being out in the sand at the beach, throwing a football around with real athletes. I don't get to do that anymore, so that's a blast for me.
Doug Flutie this time, his Red squad down 1, comes back to win big in the end. The 7th annual Celebrity Flag Football Challenge would like to thank its sponsors once again: Coca-Cola, Circle K, Samsung, Intel, Bonfire Athletics, the official jersey of the Celebrity Flag Football Challenge,